Hello everyone, and welcome to my new Let's Look At. Excuse me for the very loud noise there. This is Lethal VR. As you can no doubt tell, it is a VR game about, well, target practice and training with guns, firearms, because those are always fun. So if you've ever played, I guess I'm showing my age here a bit, but if you've ever played games like Duck Hunt or Hogan's Alley, you'll be right at home. Now this game, you can pretty much choose what you want to do, but I think you do have to complete most of them. Games go from, or scenarios range from just shoot as many as you can in the beginning, and, you know, just go as fast as you can like this, just to get you used to the aiming system, ranging from don't hit any civilians, you know, really difficult shots with building structures around you, and they weave out, you know, between windows and things, to using different weapons from iconic movies, like the Golden Gun, there's the Magnum, there's throwing knives. I will say, though, I do not like the way throwing knives are in this. I think it's because of either my own user error or possibly tracking issues. But, man, to me, they are hard as heck to aim. This took me a long time before I could get even passably decent with throwing knives. And I believe there's also shurikens once you get far enough. I haven't got to that point yet, but they are, I think, in the game. But, so, you know, it's not terrible as long as you learn how to actually throw it. I'm quite good enough at it yet. And of course, what would a shooting game in this day and age be without dual wielding, or akimbo, or whatever in the world Call of Duty called it? I'm not a fan. I just call it dual-wielding guns, which I don't think you're supposed to do, but you know what? It's a video game, it's fun, and we're gonna do it, because it's... what more do you need? I'm pretty sure that your accuracy suffers a bit when you dual-wield, as I'm sure you do in real life as well, but... I mean, haven't you always tried just dual-wielding guns and see how well you can aim compared to the Legends games? Come on. You know you have... And to be fair, I'm not really good aiming anyway, because I sucked in games like Duck Hunt. I was terrible. My brother used to make fun of me how bad I was at Duck Hunt. And Hogan's Alley and things like that with the light gun. Is that what that thing was called, the light gun? The thing had that spring clicky noise when you when you squeeze the trigger. I'm so sorry. Squeeze the trigger, don't pull the trigger, Mark. That was your problem. When you squeeze the trigger... Well, we don't get that. We got the Move controllers. And you know what? They work fantastically. They are more than enough to fit the bill in a game like this because, I don't know, they just work. This is for the PlayStation VR, for anybody not familiar. I think they also have this game probably on Vive. I don't know that, but this is for the PlayStation VR version. Now, if you've never heard of the Man with the Golden Gun, you are apparently very young and don't like James Bond, and shame on you. Or apparently never played GoldenEye. That was a great Nintendo 64 game. As you saw, the big thing is you can only shoot once and then you reload. The kicker was, in that game, one-shot kill and multiplayer, and people hated you when you had that gun. In fact, I believe there's a whole game mode dedicated to this gun. And I don't think you can score points unless you've used the Golden Gun. And can you wait until we get to a game VR when we can actually have VR shooter multiplayer arenas? Oh man. I mean, we basically have that kind of already with like rigs. I mean, like with a Move controller, you know, being able to aim like that. Oh, that's gonna be something. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but this, some of the challenges can be very long, such as the Dirty Harry thing here with the Magnum. Don't shoot the civilians. If you do, it's a game over. You got to restart from the beginning. And you only have a 6 bullets or 6, I don't know, the cartridge capacity. I'm not familiar with firearms terminology. I'm sorry. I know not everything's not a clip. But I will say sometimes the tracking can get a little wonky, and that can be a bit annoying, especially if you're on a longer challenge that happens like right at the end. And you gotta have pinpoint accuracy, as you saw that man was holding a human hostage. And if you hit the girl in front of him, that's a game over. So it does require pretty decent aiming skills. And I've heard that if you are proficient with firearms in real life, it just kind of carries over. I don't know if it really does, because I have no real basis for that. like the most I've ever fired in real life was a BB gun when I was like 12, and I sucked so much with it. So, you know, take that for what it is. There's also submachine guns I've played with so far. Those are really fun. At least the first few levels of those. And you just get to use a variety of weapons in a virtual setting where you just fire off. You know, like I said, who hasn't wanted to just fire guns off at virtual targets? Come on. If you're a gamer, you've always wanted to do it. It can be a little annoying, like I said, with the tracking issues, but, you know, first generation VR, we're going to have our problems. But that is basically Lethal VR. There are a wide variety of scenarios and things like that, so it's not that bad of a buy, if I do say so myself. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone. Until then.